Hello. So basically, I've just cut a piece of paper, and it's 9 by 9. I'm putting it on my scoreboard, on my envelope punch board, and I'm going to put it at 4 1/4. Right, so I've punched the 4 1/4 and I've scored it. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to get 2 envelopes and I'm going to put them together and I'm going to put a book in the middle of those 2 envelopes. So I've already scored this, so now I need to turn it around and follow up the score mark. So you put the little pointer on the score mark, punch the board, punch the paper, sorry, and then you just keep turning it and scoring. So lining it up with the score mark that you've already got, not going back to 4 1/4. Once you've done 4 1/4 once, you're fine, you don't need to do that again. And that's where people go wrong with the punch board. Right, let's see. And then I'm sure that I've already got another envelope that's the same size. Just had a few issues with filming, so that's why I've got a few extra envelopes. Right, been a mare, been an absolute mare. Right, so these should be the same size. Yeah, they're the same size. So now I can go ahead and decorate them. I've got some new stencils. They've come off of eBay. Just a normal seller. There's no manufacturer name on them. So they're just stencils. I'm sorry, I don't know. All I know is that I got them from eBay. Alright. This isn't very straight, so I'm going to have to try and... Oh god, I've got ink on my hands already. Oh well. It doesn't matter. Won't be able to see it. Right. So, oh. 2, 3, 4. There we go. And then let's do this. I might spray on the other side. Yeah, we'll spray on the other side. Let me just put that over there. I'm just going to wipe this up. Now, I would normally cut this out, but my filming has gone wrong so many times that I'm just going to quickly do that. I mean, there's no harm in that. Right, now I can turn it upside down and do the other side. Unfortunately, this only sprays in one place. Don't you hate it when that happens? Right, that's like that. And then put that over there. Then turn this upside down. And then print with the stencil that way. I'm getting so messy. You should see my hands. Look at the state of my hands. But you gotta love it. I love Distress Oxide sprays. They're magical. They are my favourite. I use them all the time. And it cost me a pretty penny though. That's the only downside. You love them. They're not too expensive. I mean, it could be worse. Right, so now I've done that side and put that off to the side. I'm trying to limit the times that I turn the camera off. Right, let's write this down. Right. Now I'm going to blot this so we can get on with what we're doing. block, block, block. These are going to be the insides, I think. You're not going to see them. So let's put them together. Really hot today, isn't it? I've had to turn my fan off to do this, otherwise you would have heard it. There we go. I think I'm going to do something with the corners in a minute. Anyway, how has your summer been? Have you had a good summer this summer? I'd like to know in the comments. Right, hopefully this is the right size. Yeah, right. So now I'm going to do the corners. Ornate corner punch. I'm going to use this one. She says, and forgets which side it is. Right. This one. The only thing I hate about this is the tiny little bits of paper they get everywhere, like glitter. They're small and annoying. There we go. Yeah, my daughter went away for 2 days. She's literally got back from Glastonbury and then went away for 2 days. It's like living the life of luxury. Right. Because I've noticed myself that oxide sprays, once you've sprayed a piece of paper with oxide sprays, they tend to not stick very well. So I'm going to use super glue on mine. Nice big bit there. And then there. And then put that to the side. And then there. Oh, got on my fingers. No, it's not going to stick again. I find that I don't know why oxides do this. Oh, I was supposed to age the paper. I knew something was wrong. I'll do that now. Make it look old and grungy. Right. Almost over there. Now I'm going to actually have to look. Now I'm going to age them. There's so many different inks for this, but I'm just going to, not just on the corners, I think I'm going to cover them all completely. Oh, for goodness sake. Make it look completely aged. Because I was going to collage on top of these. So instead of doing that, I'm going to do it like this instead. I need the edges as well. There we go. And then do the edges as well. See the edges there as well. Let's try and get as much off this as possible. I might have to re-ink my pad. I'm struggling here. I can't believe it's already gone. I couldn't ink it up that long ago. I've noticed though, when I'm inking my pads, that they tend to dip. I'm wondering whether I need any ink pad. I don't know. Right, that's nice and aged now. I don't like these lines though. But I just want it to look new. It's because I've used normal paper and sometimes I would use something else, but I want something sturdier. Right, that's that done. Let's do this one. The first doesn't look right, and then start looking and it does. Yeah, there we go. It's starting to look much better. So clean lines. And I think I do need to ink my ink pad. But like I said, look, it tends to dip in the middle, and I'm really not sure why it's doing that. Either I put too much on, I don't know. I just can't seem to get much out of the ink pad. It's coming out, but it's just not easy. You've got to keep trying for it. Right, now the back. There we go. I've got a brilliant way to decorate this in a minute. I'm going to be using doilies. Doilies into pretty pink flowers. No, not pink, blue flowers. Pretty blue flowers instead. Don't want pink. There we go. There's that. Now I'm going to stick this inside of here. Well, actually the other way around. There we go. And then I can get my super glue again. And I'm going to do a line in the middle of the flap. There we go. And I'm going to do that back up. That's it. Oh. At least I know it works. Right. So I'm going to do the binding in the middle of the envelope. Now, the first bit of binding I'm not going to do on here. But I'm going to repeat the binding so I can show you how to do it, because it can be really, really fiddly, and if it's not in front of you, it can tend to get really tedious and annoying. So I'm going to do it off camera and then repeat it on camera. Okay? Right, now I've actually found this, but I'm going to show you how to bind it again. Okay? So there's the binding thread, but I'm going to show you again. One needle. Don't forget that you will need an awl. If I can find mine, there we go. That's an awl. AWL. Okay, and that pokes holes. 1, 2, 3. Right. Now let's get some cord, thread, whatever we call it. Right. Put a knot. Oh, try that one again. Put a knot there. and then put your needle on the cord. Alright, I might be able to put my needle through this, so I'm going to find that there, pull that through, take the needle off, and then thread my beads. Okay, Bonnie, that's my dog making a noise, just in case you can hear her. Right, and then thread these beads on. It's a really good shaped bead. I wonder how many beads we're going to need. So I didn't do a very big space. One more. Here we go. Pull that through there. So there's the beads there. Then get your thread and come through the middle. Now you've got to go down the bottom. Pull that again. Take your needle off the thread. And then thread more on. Ooh, if I could see what I was doing, that would be great. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I need another one? I think I put one more on. And then put the needle back on. Thread the needle back through the eye of the thread through the eye of the needle even. And then do this. No, for some reason that's, oh, there we go. There we go. And now tie a knot with these. And then again. And then one more pull up. Then I'm going to get another piece of paper, stick it down to make, not only to make pockets, but to hide the thread, because the thread is actually a bit unsightly. Like that? No, that's too small. Cut this. It's not the same. I don't like it. It's not the same colour. Could go for the matte, but I don't really want to use that. No. So I found a piece of paper. Just going to cut this down. and then like that. It's not great, but it's better than nothing. And then we can put some glue here. Bonnie. Glue here. Glue here. Glue here. Put that back on there, if I can. There we go. Right, so let's have a look at the side. There we go. Now we can decorate the front. And I need my doilies for that. So I've got to lean over. Right, 2 doilies. I'm just going to spray these doilies. Aha. Right, I'm going to spray my doilies. I don't want to get them too wet, so I'm just going to do that. I'll get the lavender one. Right, that's that done. Now I'm going to put them together. Fold over once. Fold over twice. And then you fold the bottom up. Okay? So, let's get the glue out. And let's fold over once. And then fold over again. Then fold over the bottom. Some in the middle. There we go. I do not know what I've done with the lid to that. And pull that up like that. And then you've got like a little pocket there. Now I'm going to put my, let's put this back on. Let's get rid of that. Then untwine these. I won't be using them all. I want to use those 4. And then twine them together like that. And then put them in the middle, if I can. Like that. There we go. Then turn this upside down. Can you see what I'm doing? Yeah, I can. Put some glue on the back. Oh, hang on a minute. Before that dries. Let's do this. Right, we've got some, and then we put a little bit across here. There we go. And then we put that on sideways, well, diagonally. and then do the bow up like this. Pull it in the middle a little. I think I'm gonna take that out. Oh no, hang on. See if I can get this to go. No, I can't. Let's undo that. And let's just make a knot. There we go. And there we are. A bit of glue there. I think that's perfect. What do you think? Side all like this, and then like that. Oh, there we go. All done. Wow. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks. Bye.